Hey, good evening, or good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Russell Moore coming to you from Dedicated to Financial Literacy again. Please hit the subscribe button, the bell if you want to be notified for content in the future. Um, this channel, I really established it for my friends, and I had a couple of comments from people that I didn't know, saying that they like my content, and gave me some tips, saying editing and quality of video, just things I need to work on. But I didn't do any of that stuff because I wasn't really planning on. I mean, I'm not, even to this day. I'm not. It's not about money or ads or anything like that. I'm not trying to impress anybody. It's really, I care about people and I want them to learn and know what I know. When I learn something, I want to give it to somebody. And that's basically it. That's the heart of this channel. I'm dedicated to financial literacy. Now, you guys know my favorite saying. I say this all the time. And I start off my channel, I start off my segments with this, and that is, you will not earn if you do not learn. And then I say this as well: if you don't read, you won't lead. All right? So that's the heart of my channel. So anyway, today I want to just jump right into this. And usually I try to keep my videos around anywhere between 10 and 15 minutes. So I'll probably do 2 videos on this, just on this segment. So I want to talk about ADUs, Accessory Dwelling Units, ADUs. Now, what is an ADU first? An ADU basically is an additional property or additional dwelling unit on your properties. So say you have a home and you have a garage that's 300 to 600 square feet. Did you or did you not know? And I've went around asking a lot of people, hey, what's an ADU? And many people don't know. And particularly in the South LA, particularly in South LA, when I talk to a lot of my peeps, they're like, what? I don't get it. What's an ADU? I said, do you have a garage? Yes, I have a garage, a big garage. I said, well, then you have an ADU. You have a potential to have a dwelling place that generates income for you. And not many people know that. And not and the laws that have come out, the particular bills that I'm going to go over with you, has enabled us to acquire this. So not only do you become a homeowner, but you can turn your garage and convert it into a residence. And the cost will shock you. I'm not saying it doesn't cost at all, but it's doable. And once you do it, the value of your property will go up. You've got a renter, so you can get cash flow from it. Or even if you don't get the cash flow, you got somebody helping you pay for the mortgage. You stay in one home, you rent out your second one. That's the premise of ADU. Why are these so big right now? And the reason is that, if you've heard, Gavin Newsom, our governor, has been getting a lot of heat concerning the homeless issue. So as a result, a response, because he's like, he's going to get recalled. He deserves it. I'm sorry, my people. Gavin Newsom needs to go. He needs to be recalled, but that's not what this is about. Anyway, let's get back to, and I will say this was a good thing. He has signed 5 bills that I've talked to multiple people. I'm talking about people that are of higher learning, education, and just smart people. I'm not talking about just the anyday person on the street. I'm talking about intelligent people that have, and I'm not saying that people on the streets are not intelligent. Listen to me. I'm just saying, here's my point. I've talked to people of all walks of life, and many of them have no idea that in California right now, there have been 5 bills that have been signed to assist us and help us financially if you own property. Now, the reason why I'm highlighting South LA, let me tell you why. I grew up in South Central LA, and one of the things about the homes in South Central LA is many of them were built as far as the 1920s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, 60s. Okay. But many of these homes, they built large garages. So here's the issue with that: the structure and the foundation is already there. So half your construction, or what they call your hard cost, many of those, if you purchase a house in LA, South LA, is already done. So guess what? That's reducing your cost when you build an additional unit. And I'm talking about building another house. These garages are big enough for you to build another house. Some people are building 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, units with second stories, and it's already in place. Okay, that's of great value. Why is that important? Well, if you own a home and say many of these people in South LA, they've been paying for years. Many of them are almost finished paying them off, or they have paid them off, and they have this garage that's sitting there that could be generating income, because if they convert it to an ADU, they can rent it out and get extra income. And get this: what if they decide, okay, I'm going to move out of my house and rent both of them out? Live, double up with a couple, live somewhere where you're not paying much rent, and now you've got income property. You got income property. This is the purpose of the ADU. Now let me go over this, because I'm going to do another segment on this, talking about cost of ADUs and all the different things that you got to do to establish the ADU. But let me give you these 5 bills. Please write them down and go and read. Remember, you will not earn if you do not learn. So here are the 5 bills that have been signed in California. Most of them are good until 2025. Okay, and I'm going to briefly go over the bills. Okay, number 1 is Bill AB 881. AB 881. Google. Number 2, AB 68. AB 68. Number 3, AB 670. AB 670. Number 4, AB 671. AB 671, and last, SB 13. Now, most of these were signed because, remember, the homeless, they're trying to deal with this homeless situation. Well, if people that have homes, there are many homes throughout South LA, and you take that garage and convert it. Now, say your garage is too small, or you don't have a garage. It's rare to find a house in South LA that does not have a garage. But most of the properties are so large that you can build one from the ground up. Most ADUs, construction companies, you can actually have one built as low as $40,000. So here's this person that has a home and has a garage. They can convert that to another house because they have a foundation, because they have the structure, they have walls and everything. They have it, it's just a matter of converting it. And many of them can do it for 30 to 40,000. A good high-end one is going to cost you about 70 to 75,000. Some people have gone up as much as 100 grand. But here's what happens. Once the ADU is built, it's built. Now you've got 2 homes on that property. Now say you purchase that property, because remember, South LA, many of the homes are older, and many of them are older. So it's going to take some work, probably even in the front house. Okay? But you buy the house for 450, 500 grand. You build the ADU. Now you got 2 homes on the property, and then your property ends up going up to about 8 to 800,000. The property value goes up. When the ADU is built, the property value goes up. And because others are doing it in the neighborhood, the whole neighborhood, the property value is starting to go up. Then you rent it out. Do you know how high expensive rent is nowadays? I've been doing, go to rentometer.com, rentometer. Check out how much the rents are in California and growing. There's a latest study that came out that said we are beginning to turn into a renter's nation. Watch out for that term, renter's nation. And they're saying that the people that do not own property with additional income that they're making from that property are going to be in trouble in the next 5 to 10 years. So why am I saying this? This is a good time why the rates are low. So my wife and I, we've been looking here in LA, even in where we are now. We're praying on where we're going to be, but we want to get a home with a garage. And here's the average. Get this: the average size for a garage. Okay, the average size for a garage in LA is between 400 and 600 square feet. They are absolutely massive. My realtor is telling me, yeah, Russell, nobody knows about ADUs. I said, I know, this is crazy. And what's happening, here's the sad part. A lot of investors out of the country, out of the state, are buying LA houses in South LA. And here's what they're doing. They're converting the garages. Or what they'll do is they'll remodel, redevelop the front house, and then raise the price, encouraging the person to buy hey, you got an ADU back there. Buy this house for $750. You can convert it to an ADU and rent it out, and it'll pay most of your mortgage. Why aren't we doing that? Even if we have to crowd invest or crowd pool, crowdfunding, they call it, where you get together a bunch of people and buy a property, convert it. Now you've got income property. I'm not suggesting that we do that. I know this channel has been mainly for my friends, but I'm not saying that. But I know I'm going to get in on this. The rates are low. You purchase a home, you convert that garage to an ADU. Now you've got two homes, and you've paid what? Okay, a total of what, 700,000. But you got two homes. You rent out the other one. You rent out the ADU. It's going to rent. It's new. It's brand new. Everything's new. New fixtures, new flooring, new bathroom, new kitchen, new cabinets. Here's what they're saying. Make sure you have plenty of storage if you build an ADU. I want to throw that part in there. Okay. Now, I've given you the advantages. Well, taxes. Look, your taxes won't be affected that much on the ADU. The value of your property just went up. You got renters helping you pay for your mortgage. So instead of you paying $1,800, $1,900, $2,000 for that apartment you're living in or the house that you're leasing, my wife and I, our rent is going up to $2,500 where we live. In November, we're going to be paying $2,500 for a lease. And that's cheap where we're at. Most of them are going for $3,000 for a three bedroom. Here's another advantage. Say your house is fixed up. You get your house fixed up along with the ADU. Well, if you got a 3-bedroom home, you can rent out the home and live in the ADU that's a 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom. So they're paying what, over $3,000. The people in the front, you're in the back. They're paying $3,000, $3,200 for the home, which is going towards your mortgage. Well, your mortgage for a $700,000 mortgage, it's not going to be no more than about $3,500, and you got people almost paying $3,000. Your rent will be about $500 to $600. Now you're a homeowner. Not only are you a homeowner, you own an ADU, so you got income property, and you're not under that weird tax bracket because you're not exceeding 4 units. All right. I mean, it's a win-win, you guys. Now, the area in which you choose your ADU does matter. And the great thing about it, I'm a resource. I grew up. I know where all the gangs are. I know where the issues are. I know where it's not safe. And so I told my wife, look, I know where it's not safe. And then who says you have to stay there? You get the ADU, stay there a year and a half, move out. Now you're renting out both properties. And one of them is probably going to be paying or almost paying for the whole thing, for your whole mortgage. So now you got cash flow. Take your equity from that and go buy something else where you want to live. You guys, I'm trying to encourage you. I'm going to it's going to happen. God's going to do it. God's going to do it. That's the key. God's got to do it for you. All right. So, all right. So let me go over these bills real quick and I'm going to close. I'll do another segment. 671. 671 is based on, it's really a bill that was signed for low income for ADUs. It makes it easier for low income families to get in. All right. The 881 and 868 is kind of the same. It takes away the restrictions. For example, three bedrooms. I mean, three units. You could not in LA could not have three units without major opposition from the municipalities. They've done away with that. Not only can you have one ADU, you can have up to three. Here's another thing. Well, you can do more if you have more square footage. Let me put it that way. But here's all I'm saying. The ADUs you can have up to three without all of the restrictions that were there. And here's the thing. Before these bills were signed, you could not go up to the property line building. You had to stay a certain amount, 10, 15, 20 feet on each side, that you could not go up to the property line. Now you can go up to 4 feet of the property line. Why is that important? Now you can get a larger ADU. There's no restrictions. You can use more of your property. All right. 68 is for land use. And I just went over that. So look up 881, AB 881 and 868. It streamlines the process. 881 streamlines the process between the municipalities. They would go over 120 to 160 days to approve your ADU. That is no longer the case. They have to give you an approval or disapproval within 60 days. But they're making it's so much easier to get approved now because of the homeless situation. They're trying to do something, quickly to say, hey, we're doing something about the homeless. So you're going to get approved for most ADUs in South LA because the structures were built to such a way that they were already approved and zoned and permitted. Now you may have some that you have to, that's why before you buy a home, make sure that garage that it's ADU approved. That's all you got to do is check with the city, check to see, is my garage ADU approved? Ask your realtor. Do not buy one unless it's ADU approved. Now, even if it isn't, the way the laws are now, the bills that have been passed, you can get it approved pretty quickly and easily. There might be something that happened with the structure. There could be something going on with the cement. There could be something that's going on. Electrical could be off or something going wrong with the electrical. And here's another key. And many of the garages that were built in the 1900s in South LA already have electricity. So some of that electrical work that the construction people will have to do, they won't have to do that. Now they'll have to do the plumbing. But look at how much money you can save. All right, SB 13. Man, this is a good one. Fees and removing of more restrictions. Impact fees, which is thousands of dollars. If you build an ADU, 750 square feet and below, in your backyard, at that garage, there will be absolutely no impact fees. And like I said, most of the garages are like between 350 and 600 square feet in LA. So everybody's going to will benefit from that, from SB 13, no impact fees, which is thousands of dollars when you're building an ADU. What's your impact fees? It's the fees that they just pile on to build your ADU. The city bills you all the impact fees. What I'm saying is no impact fees. And this is good until 2025, okay? That's going to save you thousands of dollars on building an ADU, all right? Kevin and Nicole, you got a garage. That's your ADU. Here's another thing. Even if you don't have a built ADU, if you're an owner and you're renting your home, do you know that you can apply for some ADU benefits? Look it up. Look, you guys, look it up, okay? And I'm telling you, these have been signed. Gavin Newsom signed these into existence. These laws exist. I went over 671, AD 881, 670. Oh, 670. 670 tackles the HOA issue. Many HOAs have been stopping ADUs for years. You want to build an ADU on your property. For example, my pastor and his wife live. They have a garage in their front house. They can convert that now without any opposition from their HOA if they wanted to. See, for years, the HOA would say, no, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do that. They're lifting restrictions. So, this law right here, this AB, Assembly Bill 670, tackles homeowners associations. They can no longer keep you from building an ADU. That's great news, you guys, for those that have HOAs that are coming against you to keep you from building and constructing a new unit on your property. Wow. We went over 68. We went over 13. Look up these bills. Okay, that's it for now. Oh, man, I went 20 minutes. I try to keep it to 15, but I got more to say about this. But I just want to say to all my friends, hey, let's jump in. Let's get in, especially those of us who do not have homes yet. All right? All right, I'm going to say more about this, okay? Maybe we can have a Zoom call. All right, have a wonderful day, everybody. Keep prospering. God loves you. I love you. We're all that in a bag of chips, but not without Him. All right, bye-bye.